welcome back. Kiequest here, part 3 of our Let's Play. I'm going to go ahead and go through and clear this dungeon, basically just kill the enemies. I'm going to do all of the side quests, although you don't need to do them all, although some do have very good rewards, like extra passive points and stuff, so you should probably do them at least for the first time, and then going back through, you can skip a number of them, but you should always do the ones obviously that gives you passive points. So I'm going to try to go through this pretty quickly. Although I don't have a movement skill yet, and oh, there's a medium flask, nice. How do I just basically I'm gonna go as quick as I can because I don't want to be too boring. How do I put it? I don't know. Let's see here. Like I mentioned before, I do have a item filter, so how to look on my screen is going to be slightly different here. So you don't need an item filter. Like any other people who have done even before I mentioned, but it does make things a lot easier and allows you to view things quickly so that you can decide whether or not you want to pick it up. For example, it notices I don't remember if it tells you without a loot filter that these items, or their sockets, but the sockets are listed there, and it, gives you color and also things that are worthwhile for certain base types of getting. They'll be highlighted and be larger, whereas things that are not very good or are not very good base types will go ahead and be made smaller or not even show up after you have gotten something much better. Let's see. Let's do this really quick. Go this way. I plan on getting, like I said, to get to this resolute technique, which means I'm going to I don't need these stats, but you can grab them early on. I'm still going to go around this way and grab the health, because realistically health, you want to get a grand total of like 150 on, or 150 increased total. You don't really need to keep count of it. Oh, that showed up, okay. So one of the things the loot filter is this. This something the loot filter will highlight for you. See how it's got a blue, red, green? That means that it is able to give you a chromatic orb when you sell it in the vendor. And it go ahead and makes it larger and colors it this color to say that, hey, this is a vendor item or vendor or part for a vendor recipe. There are other ones, of course, and no, I missed one. And they'll show up as we go along. Okay. So one of the most frustrating things about this particular one is that because you have to clear all the monsters. So typically don't miss them, but once in a while I have a case like this where it's like, oh, there's one. Ah, there we go. Just one zombie. There's a. In case no one knew, the level cap for this game is 100. Although typically people do not reach 100. the first 10 acts you'll end up being about 70. The first 50 levels is actually act 10 through 10 through or sorry, the first 50 levels is through the first 5 acts. Oh, and that's a way also, by the way, to move, is just kind of go back to your main screen and reload it, because earlier I went ahead and grabbed the waypoint here in Serried Passage. Allows you to more quickly move back and forth. I'm not going to go back and sell things, because it's kind of not needed at the moment, and I have plenty of space. So it's going to continue to move on. Once I have a movement skill, I'll be able to much more quickly move things. You can actually just avoid a lot of these enemies. While they do give experience, and you'll actually get probably most of your experience through just killing enemies, depending on how quickly you want to move the story, you can just go ahead and kill them or not. I'm looking for the flooded passage in here, which actually this map I haven't quite figured it out. I want to say that, you know, I know most of the maps, at least the general shape of them, but not this one. I think it has one of the more varieties. So, how are you guys today? I ran out of stuff to talk about. Oh yeah, I believe I did mention this before, but there is other guides for this game. Obviously besides the one I made, but I figured mine was something that covered just basics that let you get up and go. And but someone like Engineering Eternity, he has a much better and more in-depth guide. And I think he did a really good job with it, but it was there's a lot of information, a lot of different videos. And I didn't think that most people who just want to pick up and start playing the game want to bother going through that. And so I just figured it's one video, just kind of have the information needed at hand. It would go ahead and just get you started. Get your toes dipped in the game or whatever. Let's see here. Looking for the boss character. Okay, so should be nearby him, because actually I don't know if the water is a telltale, but he's usually near the water, kind of surrounded like this. Oh, there he is. Let's see. There's not much to say. Still getting used to this kind of talking and playing kind of thing. Actually, generally speaking, very quiet and don't like to talk. So this is kind of difficult for me, but I really do enjoy playing games, and you know, I like to entertain people, so it's something I kind of sought after doing. And I finally got over enough of my shyness that I decided to, or that I was able to just start doing this. These monsters are a pain in the butt, because they have 2 life bars essentially. You kill one, the shell comes off, and then another one comes. I kind of dislike them. I was actually going through and reading through the Reddit post the other day. I saw some people suggesting ideas for Path of Exile just to make it a better game. And I thought some really nice, like, for example, being able to lock skills when you're crafting, or being able to craft maybe a few more skills besides just one extra, which you can do. I'll do a little bit of crafting in this to show you what it's like, but nothing too in depth because it becomes really expensive to min-max your builds. And oftentimes, along with skills, sometimes you go ahead and build around a unique, like let's say if you wanted to do a bleed build, where you focus mainly on bleeding, obviously, you might go for a specific sword that boosts your bleed damage, or maybe something, or maybe a two-handed sword that has a lot of physical, and so that way your bleeds hit harder, or maybe you want a very faster playstyle where you do lots of bleeds and stack them up really high, and then you have multiple stacks of bleed on your character. Alright, almost to the end of the section. We're going to find the waypoint. I'll probably stop for this video after I get to the waypoint. I'm going to go there and head back to town really quick. After which, hopefully I'll be able to get a movement skill. In which case, we'll be able to move this a lot quicker. For some reason, I forget to use my Swift Flasks. So, oh, here's another. That's another chromatic orb. Yeah, kind of forget to use them just because I've fallen out of practice a little bit with it. And you don't really necessarily, but flasks are a good thing to have, and a lot of people do. There are builds where you just mainly focus on having your flask down all the time. Okay. So, alright, let's see what we get here. And then I'll go ahead and stop the video afterwards. Let's see. Yeah, there's a passive. See, there's a side quest you wanted to do to give you passive. And it looks like I don't have any, or it didn't give me a movement. I don't have it memorized exactly which ones you do. For that, let's do this here. And this is again because we want just as much life as we can. And this tree, the Marauder, has a lot of life nodes in it very early on, and a lot of powerful life nodes. Like this one, because between this one and here, you have an extra 20% life, which is actually pretty large. Some places you have to move very far to get a lot of life, but the Marauder has a lot of life nodes in it. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.